Oh, well, hi, boys and girls. We are sitting, hanging around. We should post a link. Hmm. Pop on YouTube and grab the link, will you? You got it? Okay, go share it on Facebook. Pop it, throw it in the fish rescue. And
say hi to only Oscar.
hi, only Oscars. How are you? So, hi. We're hanging out in the dark. There's Liz. Where is she? There she is.
Hi.
There's Liz. Yesterday we were out. We came to get some hay so that we could set up the compost pile. Because the compost pile is how we're keeping the fish warm this year. We've got a oh, I don't know. Well, okay. See the trailer? Here's the trailer. So the trailer is full of hay, and we've got a bunch of green stuff and coffee grounds and toilet paper tubes and stuff to get the compost heap going, because it'll get up to about 150, 160 degrees, and that way we can put the oil drums, food safe oil drums, in the hay, and that should create enough heat to keep the pools warm this year. And that's plan A. Plan B is the fire pits, and plan C is actual electric if we absolutely positively have no other choice and have to go that way. But so plan A is this compost pile. So we drove oh, I don't know, 70 miles to go get these. Yeah, okay. So yeah, the reflective blankets aren't a bad idea, but we do have those bubble wrap pool covers, and those things do a good job too. Um, my only problem with those is that they lay on top of the water, and on top of the water they reduce the amount of movement, and so the bubblers don't create as much oxygenation. And anyway, so um, so we're coming back. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. It was the day before yesterday. It wasn't yesterday, because yesterday was a horrible freaking day. So the day before yesterday, we're coming back, and the trailer clunked, and I'm like, "What the heck is that?" And Liz and Michael, who were in the truck, go, "Your tire is rolling across the street." So the trailer lost a wheel. So we managed with a little help, to get it backed up and parked on the side of the road, and then went home and came back to fix it today. And so that's been a cluster. I got the new hub for it, which was $80, and that sucked. And um, came out here to put it on, and it looked like the old bearings had left the collar on the axle, and everybody that looked at it went, "Oh yeah, left the collar on the axle." The only way to get it off is to bang it off or cut it off. So we tried banging it off, and that it wasn't moving. There was no chance it was coming off of there banging it. So we decided to cut it off. So we got the angle grinder, and we came out and we started cutting on it. And after I got about a quarter of an inch, I don't know, an eighth of an inch into it, I realized that it isn't actually a collar. It is part of the axle, because the axle is a strange thing called a tapered axle. I guess it's not that strange if you've seen it before, but I'd never seen it before. It's a tapered axle. So I've actually cut into the axle, which means now I have to replace the whole axle, probably. I mean, maybe I can throw some welds into it and call it done, but that remains to be seen. And um, so anyway, so now we're sitting by the side of the road waiting for AAA to come save us. And so far, they haven't found a tow truck, a flatbed tow truck. for some reason. Like we're out in the middle of nowhere, so people don't own flatbed tow trucks. I guess I don't know. Anyway, um, so we've been waiting for about an hour and a half now, maybe just an hour so far, and yeah, and they still haven't found a tow truck to even decide to come get us yet. So we're sitting. We do have some leftover pizza though, leftover pizza, which is good because I'm sure we'll be hungry again soon. And yeah, oh yeah, so I went and got the I went and got an angle grinder. Why am I having so much trouble with that word today? Angle grinder from Lowe's because mine is back at the house and we're 50 miles from home. I didn't feel like I needed to drive all the way back to get an angle grinder. We were going to run it off of the power inverter on the truck. Not enough power. So ended up having to run back home anyway to go get the generator. So that was 50 miles back and then 50 miles back again. So we've driven 150 miles today. Well, a little more than that. 175 miles today. Because we had to go, yeah. So about 175 miles today. Still don't have it fixed. Started this process at about noon. And yeah, so here we are. Oh, and we've got 3 rescues on Sunday. That this trailer, the trailer right there, was supposed to be how we were going to get the rescues. So, so now I guess I do have another trailer back at the house, and it's a big trailer, and it'll do. Problem is that there are still 450-gallon tanks on it, full of water
And plants.
and plants. Now they weren't full of water when we left them there, but it rained a lot, so then they filled with water. And then we went, cool, they're there, and we threw some mosquito mollies in them to keep them, primed and ready to go. And then we threw a bunch of plants in them to let the plants grow.
And baby tadpoles.
Yeah, oh, and baby tadpoles, lots of baby tadpoles. But anyway, so now, since that one right there, since that trailer isn't going to work, I guess I'm going to have to get the big trailer, and we're going to have to move the tanks. That means empty the tanks, and try not to die doing that. And then we'll take the big trailer, which actually kind of sucks because the big trailer is a lot heavy. Well, no, it's about the same weight as the white trailer. It's just much longer and much more jangly. Oh, and to boot, my trailer license plate tag went missing. I don't know if somebody ganked it or if it just blew off, or I don't know. So yeah, now I have to put a lost tag on or something, Anyway, some days life is just a pain in the butt, but I don't know, whatever. We're good. We'll figure it out. We always figure it out one way or another. So the rescue, you'll be interested in this, June. I think there's 3 Oscars. I think there's 3 Oscars. And then there's like 6 really large koi to go with the other koi. And I think there's a couple of catfish. And yeah, there's also
the 180 that we're making.
There's also a woman in Lakeland, I think, and she has 2 greater sirens that she needs us to pick up, and I can't drive there at the moment. The path we're going on this one is pretty much a straight shot. It's already about $250 in gas, so I don't see any way of going over to Lakeland at the same time. But so maybe in a week or 2, when we can get funds up again, we'll go get these 2 greater sirens. Which, if you don't know what they are, they look like oh, cool, only Oscar. Yeah. So I'm not setting up the Oscars tank yet. I'm not, because winter is coming, and I don't want to have another separate tank to try and keep warm. I'm going to keep everybody together in the pools. And as soon as spring comes next year, I will get a big 150 set up for your tank, and it'll be. I'll probably actually end up with 2 Oscars tanks, and maybe even 3 eventually. Because I mean, right now we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Oscars, I guess, and we're about to go pick up 2 more. Um, so yeah, so we'll get those set up as soon as possible. I don't want to do it until we're through winter. Winter scares me. With that loss we had in last January, I'm terrified of winter. So like everything I can do to keep everything consolidated and keep the temperatures up in just specific pools, so I don't have any. I think even the fish from the 400 are going to end up moving into the pool. So I am going to divide them because I'm just I don't want as many fail points. I don't want fail points. Fail points scare me. I want everything safe. You're at 45 Oscars. Wow.
Hi, everlasting aquatic.
What's up, Everlast? So 45 freaking. I mean, I guess we
almost had that.
Yeah, we were at like 30 something back at the old place. We were at 30 something back at the old place. But they all hung out together in big pools, so it wasn't. I don't know how you must have lots of tanks up for Oscars. Um, and we will. I mean, like Oscars never get adopted because I won't let people take big Oscars. I just won't. They can take the little ones on adoption sometimes because if they grow out, they can bring them back. But I don't really trust people to take big Oscars. I just don't let them out. Just don't let them out. Once they're here, they're here. But yeah, so we'll get the 150 set up for the Oscars as soon as spring comes through.
Wow, that's a big tank.
Do you have one 2,500 gallon tank, or do you have 2,500 gallons in multiple large tanks? We're going to pick up a 180 on Sunday, and that'll definitely become one of the Oscar tanks.
She said total.
Huh?
That's total.
Oh, that's total. Yeah, that makes sense. And we picked up when we came to get the hay. We picked up a. I think it's an 18-foot round, 18-foot by 3-foot tall round, and so we'll get that one set up too. I still am gonna right now. Everything we've got. I'm capable of consolidating into the 3 pools we currently have up, and that's what's going to stay until after winter because I'm not. Like I said, I'm not taking any chances. But next spring we'll get that one and the other. There's a 27-foot round, the 27-foot by 5-foot round, wow. And that one will get set up to a 1,500 gallon pond for turtles. Gotcha. Yeah, so we've got pools ready to go up. I'm just really. I still feel like we're not all together yet. And I mean, obviously we're not all together yet. Like until I can I still haven't gotten the whole trash pile moved out. I still don't have the property where I feel like it's safe yet. So, I mean, just everything is, we're just being careful. We're just being careful. I'm not going to have another fail. I'm not. It broke my freaking heart. I almost quit. I really almost quit. And January was heartbreaking. The garage may become an Oscar pool room. That would be fun. I think it is so freaking cool that you take in Oscars. Do you take them in as rescues or do you buy them? Yeah, no, I'm never doing that again. Never again will I have a moment like that. That was horrifying. It's horrifying, and I can't do it. Oh, you buy them? Okay. You should put out there that you take them in as rescues too. I'm sure you would end up with 130 by the end of next year.
Yeah, Oscar rescue.
Yeah, I mean, so
Oscars, yeah, Oscar rescue.
Right, only Oscars Oscar rescue. Wow, say that 10 times fast. So, hold on, I have to check and see if freaking. No, they still haven't. AAA still hasn't gotten to us yet. We may be here till 3, 4 a.m. I only meet people who have left the hobby. You lost them. Somebody moved. Yeah, I mean, well, that's what happened with us. That move was.
Yeah.
We did not lose a single fish on the move. Not a single fish. We moved 200 miles with 3,000 gallons of water, right on about 1,000 fish. Didn't lose a single fish.
Yeah,
not even a little one.
Even I thought a big puppy.
George, how are you?
Hi, George.
Here's Liz. Yeah, didn't lose a single fish. And then I had to run back to pick up Heather and Liz that night. And that was the night it decided to get 21 freaking degrees.
Yeah.
And like it was a catastrophe upon catastrophe because the generator died at some point and then it got 21 degrees at the same time. So the heaters died, it got cold, there was no aeration, and it came back to just ending. It was just ending. There was nothing. There wasn't much left of me. I was broken. Oh, a tank stand fell apart. The only loss I've had since we got here, or since that, we started getting back on it, was we had a glass table that the 2 shrimp tanks were on, and the glass didn't break. The stand that the glass was on broke. It just dropped out from under it, and the whole thing came down and broke the tanks, it broke the glass table, and it was a big, like, it was 2-inch thick glass. I mean, it was a huge, heavy table. But the stand that it was on, as it turned out, was made of some sort of like clay or paper mache or something. I mean, like, it was.
But it was heavy.
It was super heavy, but it got wet, and got more frogs coming soon. George, I have frogs all over the place. You want frogs? I got frogs. I have thousands of frogs. You're welcome to all of them.
And they're noisy. They're very noisy.
Was in the same spot for 15 years. Yeah, listen, I get the crying thing. I get it. I mean, like, I did more than cry. I mean, I really almost quit. I really almost decided that I was done. That I didn't have the heart for it anymore. I mean, it was
the fish.
It was horrible.
The fish fam kept us.
Yeah, it was the fish fam that kept us going. If it weren't for folks, calling us and going,
don't give up.
Big ass frogs. Well, ours are not all that big assed. Most of ours are little assed frogs, but
the little tadpoles are huge and fat.
So George, what frogs are you? I don't understand. What frogs are you doing? Have you got like pet frogs, or you're doing like Amazon frogs or something? I don't know anything about your frog doing.
It's been a while.
I mean, I know I just have like lots of frogs because, everywhere that we have water, they've moved into.
That should be quiet lately.
Yeah, I've come to the point now where I will not put a tank on a stand unless I've built it. Dart frogs. Oh, I like those little guys. They're cute. But yeah, so like, if I don't build that tank out of either bricks or 4x4s, I'm not putting a tank on it.
Also, what about the 400 stand?
The 400 is a built stand.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, it's 4x4s. I mean, that thing's, you could knock that thing down with a,
okay. Even with the water keep on running.
yeah, no, it don't matter. That thing's not going anywhere. Yeah, why are you sad on the Oscars? Brother is a carpenter. He can build anything. Yep. You have angels too on the Oscars? Man, George's angels are beautiful. Everything that guy breeds, he breeds just amazing fish.
Does he have? I thought he has discus too.
I think he did have discus at one point. I know he's got lots of like shell dweller cichlids and stuff too.
I want.
He's got cool stuff going. He's always got cool stuff.
Some of fisherman's cuccos.
She wants George's angels. I get it.
We have angels too, right?
Yeah, there's I don't know. There's probably 7 or 8 of them. We've had more, but we keep letting those get adopted because people want them, and I am okay with that. I'm okay with that. So still, AAA has not replied yet. Nothing. No phone call. No nothing. They still tell me they're going to be here at 12:12. Yeah, they're not going to be here at 12:12. I can tell you that right now. Your aunt looks like a marbled angel? That's weird. It's very strange, June. I don't understand.
Or her cat.
George's.
Sometimes her cat be texting.
I don't have an Uncle Danny anywhere up here. I wish I did. I don't have anybody up here that like is useful up here. So down in Bradenton, this trailer would have been back 2 days ago and fixed. But here, I don't know anybody. I know a couple of people, but none of them are handy. So distressing.
Do you have a flatbed?
I mean, I would go get the big trailer and bring it back on the big trailer, but I think it's too wide for the big trailer because the big trailer has sides. If it were flat and didn't have sides on it, I would just winch it up onto the big trailer.
I think it's a little bit longer for the short trailer, the flat one. The tongue will fuck it up.
No, it would get on there. It would get on that trailer. It's long enough that it would get on that trailer. That trailer is 18 foot. That's 12 foot. Plus the tongue makes it 14, 15,
I'm talking about
60
the
foot.
Flat one. The flat
Oh, the little one?
Yeah.
No, it would never fit on the little one. The little one's only 10 foot. That's a 12-foot trailer. Oh.
Too bad we don't have no skis. Right. We could rope with skis.
In the 60s, she kept big marble angels in a huge wall tank.
I want a wall tank.
Is that where you found your love of fish, June? Was it the aunt that did it, or did you have did you have fish when you were growing up? Wow.
The semi's finally leaving.
Is that what's happening? He decided he's giving it up the ghost. Yeah. Going to work.
That's not on yet. Yeah, because they're only allowed to drive a certain amount of hours.
No, I know. Yeah. This is a weird place to park, but at least you didn't, probably a good place to park. You didn't have to park at a rest area where there were a bunch of people. And, kind of cool. Well, so let's see what else is going on. The rescue on Sunday is going to be cool.
And I'm gonna be there and make good videos.
Michael's not going, by the way. He got the job at Dunkin' Donuts. He has to start Sunday.
Really?
Yeah. Your mom had fish growing up, a seahorse tank and a neon tetra tank.
I want to see horse so bad.
We'll do seahorses at some point. I'm not running out to buy fish. That's just never going to happen, you know. But at some point, I'm sure seahorses will come along.
Oh, do you tell them we have Fahaka puffers?
Oh yeah, we got a couple of little Fahaka puffers. They're tiny.
They're really
like
tiny.
I don't know. They're like barely an inch, but they'll grow. They'll do fine. I fed them snails today. They were happy.
And they're very welcoming.
They are friendly. I love puffers. I love puffers. Puffers are amazing. They're like Oscars in the sense that they are just very personable, and they are more than happy to you know.
Except they beat up our bumblebee goat.
Actually they've been fine with the bumblebee gobies. I thought they beat them up, but they didn't. They were fine.
Oh, so what happened to the other one?
I think that one was just. I think he just went. My puffers are awesome. What kind of puffers do you have? Steph! Hi, Steph. How are you?
Steph.
So, yeah, we're still waiting. The trailer sits there.
Looking sad.
Looking sad. Oh, pea puffers. Yeah, we've got a school of pea puffers. I love those guys.
In the 400.
Yeah, the pea puffer, little teeny tiny school of pea puffers in the 400 gallon with all those other big fish. And they're great. They're awesome. They hang out. They come to the glass. They follow you around when you scrape the glass.
Oh, yeah.
And they're cool. I love them.
And
they're
they
awesome.
love hanging with the discus.
Yeah, pea puffers hanging out with discus. Go figure.
But they sometimes get scared of the flagfish.
Well, that's only because the flagfish are like thrashy.
Yeah.
But you know, they just go dive into a bush. You've got about 20. Awesome. Wow. I do love the pea puffers.
She just almost got like an aquarium.
She does have almost an aquarium.
She must have a big house.
At some point, once we start getting set up again next spring, we'll be back to aquarium status. Right now, we're at pool status. Like, we have lots of fish, but they're in pools, and they're not really all that fun to look at because you're looking down into pools the whole time. But next spring, once we get through this winter, we'll get all the tanks set up again, and we'll have a big old freaking outdoor aquarium. We're gonna get some freaking work, man. We have, like, I post every day about pressure washing, and we're just not getting anything out here because it's, I don't know, there just aren't that many people. I did find a neighborhood today though that I'm gonna have to look into because it's an actual neighborhood. Like out where we are, there's no such thing as a neighborhood with an HOA. I mean, it's. I started shrimp tanks. I had one. Now I have 7. Yep.
I can't wait to get shrimp tanks back up.
Well, I mean, the shrimp tank we've got going on right now is doing really well. There's lots of babies in there. Yeah.
Awesome.
You just have to go out and look. They're so tiny. They're so little, teeny tiny.
They're still red and blue?
Yeah.
They're not turning brown?
Not yet. I mean, if we leave them together long enough, they will. So we just have to get them separated, but I haven't done that yet.
I want some ghost shrimp again.
What do you want ghost shrimp for?
Because they're ghost shrimp.
They're lame.
No fish is lame.
Yeah, you have to separate them by color because otherwise they'll breed and you'll get brown ones. They'll all be brown. Which is a problem I could have if I don't get them separated right now. I've got reds and blues in the same tank, and there's like.
Because it was an emergency tank.
Yeah, it was after the 2 tanks crashed. When the table broke and the two went down, I picked out as many as I possibly could, but I really didn't get that many. Like there were 200 shrimp in there, but it went down in grass and dirt, and I managed to pick out like 20. But I guess 20 is better than nothing. The yellow ones are easy to see. I like yellow ones too. I don't have any yellow ones. I just have the blue and the red right now. They came in on a cherry. Yeah, they came in on a rescue about I don't know, last year sometime.
Yeah, it's very responsibility.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure we'll get more shrimp. The weird thing about being a rescue is that you don't pick what fish you get. You don't pick them. They just come. You get what you get, and so we get all sorts of weird stuff that you know. I've red and blues together. There's a few that are both red and blue.
Wow, that's
Really? They went red and blue, not brown? That's cool. Okay. I've never seen that. I was watching, who was I watching? Oh, Alex. Alex came down here to Florida and he went and visited, I don't know, somebody who has tons and tons and tons of shrimp. And he's got some really interesting shrimp. He's got all sorts of weird stuff that, like, colors that I kind of thought were only um, in saltwater. And yet he has all these really bizarre, interesting
I
looking
miss like
fish.
tuxedo shrimp.
Well, yeah.
He was pretty huge.
Yeah, he was cool. He was cool. I liked him.
Peppy Up you named him.
Red heads and blue bodies. That's interesting.
Wow.
That is very
Who
interesting.
has that? June?
Yeah, June has them.
Of course, she got the cool stuff too.
What else is going on in the world? And we're still camping. Like life is weird. It's not the life we once lived, and I mean it'll presumably get better, I guess, if we keep at it. Yeah,
Well,
the neocaradinas are pretty hardy. Like some of the other ones are really tough. And I said, what?
Remember, we have that grant coming up.
Well, we don't know anything about that yet. We got invited to submit a grant.
Oh.
That doesn't mean that we got a grant.
Oh.
So we did get invited to submit a grant to the Florida Fish and Wildlife, um, and so we're writing that and getting it sent in. I don't trust anything. Like I hope, but my hope is metered with low expectations. But I mean, even if it's just a little bit to get us, to where we can put some things together, that would be great. I mean, sure, 5G would be great, but I have no expectations, Liz. None whatsoever.
I'm putting that in the air.
You're putting that in. Well, don't put that in the air. Put 100,000 in the air. I mean, if you're going to put something in the air that's possibly unobtainable, at least put something out there that's,
okay.
Okay, there you go. Put 150 grand out in the air. Throw that out in the ether, and let's see if Florida Fish and Wildlife comes through. I mean, it's hard to tell. I mean, they like what we're doing. I mean, that much I know. We've had conversations with them, and they have explained that that they're on board with with what we're thinking about anyway. So I don't know if that means they're willing to throw money at it or not. Like, okay, so I've submitted grants to everyone. I submitted grants to the Petco grants, to PetSmart grants, to what do they call it? Bass Pro Shops grants, and then multiple grants throughout Florida that are just foundations that do that sort of thing, and we just don't get. Yeah, they don't even reply. They don't even give you like a screw off letter. They just don't. They don't care. And I think it's because they're and we're not high profile enough for them. We're not going to make them look like they're. I don't know. I don't know why they don't reply to us. I don't know. But Florida Fish and Wildlife, they understand. They comprehend that what we do helps them do what they do. So maybe I appreciate that, June. I like us better than the other rescues too. But
Yeah, we do really do care for our fish.
you had PetSmart sponsor some food for your rag dolls. Okay, I have not. Oh yeah, I submitted. I submitted to CCAM too, who is like they like to throw products at people, but I don't really like. And I told them, the products I would like to use are, I can always use more of their Prime, and I can always use, the other version of Prime, the powdered one in the bucket, that one. But they never replied to me either. I don't know. I think our following is only we haven't even broken 1,000, so I think people are just like, whatever, screw 'em. I don't know. I don't know what it is. You have show cats? Safe. That was the one I was looking for. Yep, that's the one. Thank you, June. Except I don't really use it except when we're on a rescue. I don't need it around the property because we have a well and the well is good water. And I mean it's actually great water. It's amazing when you take a fish that you got from a rescue and they're kind of lackadaisical and they're kind of they're not looking great, or they don't look like they feel great. They just look like they've been stuck in a tank for a long time and not really, all that well. But man, I throw them in our water and they are just thrilled. They like swim around like they've never been in good water before in their entire lives. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I would say that ours is kind of hard, but I have never had a fish that didn't take to it. So I don't know. I mean, the shrimp do fine in it. The discus do fine in it. The silver dollars do fine in it. The flagtails do great in it. Oscars do great in it. Catfish do great in it. I have never had a fish go, I don't like your water. Not once. Not once.
All right, I'll send and have a moment. That's what my phone's done.
They do love water changes. That is true. And I am on my water changes. I do all the ponds at least once a week.
Yeah, if you can't see nothing,
And my 400, I just let a hose run in it pretty much 24/7. It just runs all the time. And so they have fresh well water constantly. Steph, yeah, a couple of weeks ago. I did actually go on the. Yep, I did. Um, yeah, I think it's mostly just food and meds. It's just food and meds. There's not a whole lot of physical stuff I need. I do need food and meds. I need another bag of game fish chow. I need another bin of regular flake food. And meds. I need freaking meds. Not that I use them very often, but when I need them, I need them. And it's been. Um,
oh yeah, I need that wish list.
huh?
I need a wish list too. So for the wish list for Amazon.
It's on there. You can go right to it. It's on there. You can go there.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Steph, that would be freaking amazing.
Will she send it?
Uh, yeah, I do have a link.
My phone's good.
Your phone's good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's crap. Um, Malachite green, methylene blue. I don't really use Paragard, but malachite green and methylene blue, I need both of those. Those are the only two I really care about because those are the two that take care of pretty much everything.
Is that the green stuff? The powder?
Venmo. Do I have Venmo? I have Cash App. I have. What do I have? Oh, hold on.
You got both.
Yep. Have Venmo and Cash App. Both of them are FL Fish Rescue. Always change your water. Fish release growth hormones. That's done. Stunt your other fish. Yep. Yeah,
That's why I fish grow fast.
yeah, probably. I do like 90% water changes once a week. I don't muck around with the 50%. I don't muck around with 25%. I do a full blown, like I take the water down to 3 inches in the pools and refill them. And luckily, I have it set up really easy. Like um, I've got these big uh, uh, 250 gallon.
Oh yeah.
You know where the link to it is? I think June on like the last couple um, of videos I put up on YouTube in the description.
I have
think
9%. Let me check.
I think I put the link on
Let
there.
me see that charger just for you.
Take my charger. It's fine. No, really, I don't mind. Go ahead. So I would agree with that, except okay. So when I say I do 90%, I do 90% in the pools, but I have 350 gallon filters that are still full of water when I do a change. So that 350 gallons gets pumped back into the water change. And I never have my Oscars like when you get the water low, sometimes Oscars get really edgy and they go kind of freak out and like will lay in a corner if you do too much for water change. My guys don't do that. They're always still running amok and
Well, my cup was.
yeah, Aquaballs. I have never had a problem with PayPal. I have never. Well, no, I take that back. I have had when I had the MMK Technologies company under PayPal. Every once in a while, somebody would like try to gank a refund just because they didn't want to pay for my services or something, and PayPal would always take it back, and then I'd have to go and show them the work and like have to go through, jump through some hoops. But I've never actually had them take money from me and keep it. Not once. I have had them, stop me in my tracks for a week or two, which is a pain. But back then, when I was running the tech company, I was making enough money that it didn't matter if they hit me once in a while. But yeah, like I said, I've never had them actually keep money. The Tanganyikan cichlids only like 50%, or only like 15 to 25%.
Is it video or?
Tried to pay $300 for 3 frogs yesterday. They stopped the payment. I got my money today. $100 a frog? $100 a frog? Listen, George. I have a yard full of them. I have thousands of them. Seriously, I'll send you some. You want some frogs? I will send you frogs. Oh, right, June. Didn't you get you got like identity thefted, right?
Yeah, but she was in I forgot what country.
I mean, George, they're not darter frogs. I mean, I get that. They're not darter frogs. They're tree frogs, but they're really cool tree frogs, and I will gladly send you some tree frogs. I know, man. I know it's not the same thing. I know, but they're cool. Listen, they're cool. They make some really cool noises. They do, like ridiculously cool noises. I mean, listen, when you have 1,000 frogs in your yard screaming at the same time, it's really loud. Interesting.
They're pretty loud.
They're deafening. They're deafening. You can't hear anything.
You can't even talk on the phone. Sorry, I'm trying to find it.
One of the most recent videos. Try under there, and then go to the description, and then scroll down, and you'll find like the links. Well, if it's not that one, try one of the other ones. George, why are you throwing Latin at me? Yeah, we don't have any bullfrogs. Don't have any bullfrogs, but that's because there really isn't any water around us.
Okay.
I mean, other than our water.
Which links do you want?
It is the one, Amazon needs list. That's the one right there. Okay, so George, telling me that $100 is cheap for a frog is not going to change my mind. It's not. I don't. I can't accept that. I can't accept that a frog is going to be $100. I cannot do it. Yeah, it's okay. So we have the Swanee River it's about 4 miles off of us. So it's a 4 mile drive to get to it. But there are no lakes, there are no little streams, there's nothing. It's all dry around us, within our general 2 to 3 mile vicinity. But as soon as you get outside of that, you've got the springs everywhere. You've got a couple of different rivers. Trenton is the new address. Yes, Steph. Um, listen, George, you just hurt my feelings, man. Like a frog for $2,000. I'm not paying. No, no, not doing it. Don't care. Don't care. I don't care if my disposable income was 2.5 million a week. I would not be paying $2,000 for a frog. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. It's a frog. And I mean, I like frogs. I do. Frogs are cute. It's cool. Okay. But I'm not paying $2,000 for a frog. I'm not. I'm just not doing it. It's not happening. Nope. Nope. $100 is outside of my limit for frogs. I'm not really honestly, free is outside my limit for frogs. It is. I mean, like, I have frogs. I have lots of frogs. I'm feeding tadpoles to all of my fish because I have so many of them. I how long they live has nothing to do with this for me. It's a frog. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Like, so so I don't buy fish because I run a rescue, right? But that's not to say that there aren't some fish out there that I really want. But still, even the ones I really, really, really want, if they're over $25, I'm not doing it. It's not. And I mean, there's some really lovely arowanas that I would love to have, and there are some puffers that I would love to have, and there's some saltwater fish that I would love to have, but I will never spend the money for them. I just won't do it. It's not going to happen.
Oh, Stephanie.
I'm sorry about that, Steph. I have thousands of tadpoles. If you want tadpoles, I'll send you tadpoles. I mean,
they're pretty fat.
I like, seriously, everywhere that I have water, I have tadpoles.
By dozens.
By frequently hundreds. I had one tank that there must have been 2,000 tadpoles in it. Must have been. I mean, it was just
150.
That 150 had tons. They've hatched.
Oh, really?
But yeah, they've turned into frogs and gone away in the 150. But paid 150 the most for fish and killed it a long time ago. Well, see, you see my point. You see my point then. $150 for a fish is crazy because it could. Nope, not doing it. Not doing it. I mean, there are some fish that if I had that kind of disposable income, I might be convinced. I might, but I'd be hard pressed. I really would. It would be difficult for me to. It'd be difficult for me. I love fish, but I'm not paying the pet stores and the breeders like that. I'm not. Oh, you are beautiful, Steph. Thank you so much. Thank you so. I'm really close to. I'm almost out. Like I'm at a point where I've got like 5 days left, and I just called Tractor Supply yesterday to find out if they had some in stock, and they do not. So I was going to have to order it, and I hadn't gotten that far because I don't have any money on the card. Like, I've got a little bit of cash, but I don't have any money on the card, so I couldn't do it. So, I mean, I guess I probably could have told them to order it, but I don't know. They told me to go look online. I did, and I was like, huh. Yeah, blue tangs have gone way up, and that's crazy too because they have figured out how to breed blue tangs in tank captivity now. So all of a sudden, you've got a fish that can be bred in captivity that they didn't think could be bred in captivity, and they raised the price. And I don't get it. I don't get it. June, thank you so much. All that, listen, that stuff saves our butts around here. It saves our butts. And we do everything we can with what we can. And like I said, I'm feeding freaking tadpoles just to keep my costs down on food because they eat them and they love them. But we do everything we can. We try to do everything as natural as we can. Chickens one time from Tractor Supply. I don't have any more chickens.
We have a lot of chickens.
We have lots of chickens. They're not our chickens.
We have a lot.
They're they're neighborhood chickens is what they are. And actually, if I were to put up a coop, I would have eggs every day. They would, some of the chickens would move into it. Yeah, they started laying eggs in my trailer. I had to close the door so they'd stop laying eggs in my trailer.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know they were there. And like I'd go out there and there'd be eggs that had been there for 3 weeks. And I'd be like, oh, crap, eggs.
Oh, no.
And skip a few months, sending regularly due to transmission issues, and forgot completely. I hate the out of sight, out of mind part of my ADHD. Steph, well, we've been out of sight. I mean, we have, listen, it's been so rough around here that we just really have not wanted to, we just really haven't wanted to put it up. We just haven't wanted to make videos out of it because it ain't pretty. We went from being pretty to being boonies and, freaking, we went from stuff that people wanted to look at to stuff that people don't want to look at. And so we've just kind of.
Yeah, everybody used to love coming into our house.
Okay, Steph, I'll send you some tadpoles. I will. I'll catch it. I don't know if they'll live or not. I kind of have been, June. I've been posting a lot on Facebook. I've been kind of keeping the video stuff down just because I feel like I don't want I try to stay off the pity train. Like, because I feel like right now we are the pity train, and I keep trying to stay off of it. I do. There have been an awful lot of people in the fish fam that have needed help, and so I've tried to stay out of that mix. I figured I would try and build a viewership and build relationships with people that weren't part of the fish fam because I didn't want to be a burden on it. So I just tried to stay out of it. Yeah, I know you don't. But we've been doing a lot of posting on Facebook, and I mean that's where the 3 rescues on Sunday came from, and I've pretty much decided to keep that regime up. I'm going to keep posting and keep posting, and the more people we reach, the more people Florida Fish and Wildlife see us reaching. Maybe they'll come through with a grant, and the more work we do. Yeah, we do need help, and the fish do need help. But I don't want to be a burden. I really don't. It's not in my nature. It's not my nature. I've always been able to support all of this through the work that I do, and it's only been recently that the work has been out the freaking window. So, it is what it is. I put Indian leaf in with tadpole. They should be able to make it. Really? Okay. I've seen Goldie lose his shit over tadpoles. They're like candy. Grandma's famous dessert that she only makes at Christmas. Listen, Steph, I will send you a bag of free. Just email me your address, and I'll send you a bag of freaking tadpoles. I'm sure they'll make. I would assume they'd make it. June, for you, I'll stop calling him Orange Man. I have no respect for him, though. I just don't. I don't have any. I can't help it. I just don't have any respect for him. I don't have any. Yeah, I think they'll make it. I really do. I think if I throw them in, and I don't happen to have any Indian leaf around, but I've got some plants I can throw in with them. I'll throw them in with. black water for raising tadpoles. I mean, that's what the Swanee River is. It is black water. I could go scoop some up, but I don't know. They're doing fine in the tanks. Yeah, I don't want to talk about him stuff. I didn't like him before he was president. I'm not going to like him now. I have always thought he was a scammer and a con artist, and like, I mean, way back before he was president, I thought he was a scammer and a con artist. I never had any respect for the man. I hated his freaking TV show, and I don't know, I just didn't like him. But yeah, I mean, the truth of the matter is, I'm pretty anti-political anyway. Like
Oh,
yeah, I mean, all politicians. We've always said about politicians, shit floats, right? And it does. Shit floats.
we love you
And
too.
and every politician is a garbage bag waiting to find their way to get rich off of the backs of the people. I mean, it's just a fact. And I mean, I guess there's a few here and there, very few here and there that at least start off trying to be decent, but they don't. Steph, Heather's doing okay. She's stressed right now. Like, she's really snippy because life is just rough, and like, she's one of those stiff upper lip folks. She pulls through anything. She does, but she's pissed right now. She's just pissy, and I don't blame her. I don't blame her, and I try really hard to not feed into it, just to do what I can to make things as easy as I possibly can. But life's hard. Life's hard right now, and until we get some stuff worked out, it's going to stay hard, I think. But we're working on it. So I am actually squatting a piece of property across the street, and openly squatting it. It's a 1 acre piece of property with a house on it. The house is not in great shape, but it is a house as opposed to an RV. And I'm in the process of trying to get it better than it is, so that it could be livable again. And I'm going to have the electricity turned on over there, and I'm going to have get the well worked out and get it functioning. And I'm literally squatting it. So like, at some point they could come along and say, hey, you need to move the hell out. But so far, not a peep, except for one real estate agent that was roaming around trying to find property to scoop up cheap. Yeah, June, it's not comfortable. It's not comfortable. I mean, I try to make it comfortable, but it ain't. It's a freaking RV. I mean, it's a 30-foot 30-foot roll from one end to the other, and that's about the extent of it. And then outside is dirt. We haven't been able to get concrete down yet, so she can't really even get outside and go anywhere. Yeah, it sucks for her. It sucks for her. It sucks for her bad. I mean, it sucks for all of us, but for Heather, it's particularly sucky. And because she can't get herself together as well as she'd like to, because we're stuck in this situation, she doesn't even want to go out and go places, because it's hard for her to get herself put together. And Heather has always been one who's been meticulous. When she gets dressed to go somewhere, it's a 3-hour ordeal, and she does it, so that she feels comfortable going out of the house, spectacularly. And where we are, she just can't do that. So she doesn't even want to leave the house most of the time. It's tough. It is it's a tough situation. It's a tough situation. And I'm not really sure how to get us out of it at the moment. I'm working on it. I'm doing everything I can to try, but it's just not happening yet. He won't leave his bed. Oh yeah, that's not cool. Well, so Heather is always happy. She's always happy, in the sense that, like, she's always willing. She's always willing to go through whatever it is and look forward to whatever is coming. Um, it feels like there's no end to this at the moment. Work has not been spectacular. I haven't said not been spectacular. It sucked. Work has sucked. Um, yeah, it's rough, June. It really is rough. But listen, we will make it through. We always make it through. Somehow we always make it through, and we will make it through. However, if anybody happens to be in Boston and would like to look up my cousin who stole our house, I'd like to give you his address, and you're more than welcome to go over and visit him with something. I will never forgive the man. I won't forgive him, and I won't forgive my mother, who are both equally at fault in this, and who both equally deserve all the bad karma they can get. Oh, hell, where'd my lighter go? There it is. Yeah, I'll tell you what, June. It's weird because we've been up and down. I've been up and down so many times. It's just bizarre. Life is weird. I had when I lived in Kansas City, I had a nice apartment, but it was a rental. And then when I moved to St. Pete from Kansas City, I bought a nice little house in St. Pete, and it was coming along just fine. And then my ex-wife went freaking nuts and decided to go back to some really bad old ways, and that ended. And then I moved to Bradenton, where I moved into the house that we just had stolen from us, and I took care of both my grandmother until they passed.
And was it
And
your uncle's mom that died, Gigi?
not my uncle's mom, no. I mean, I guess yes, my uncle's mom in a sense, but that's anyway. No. Anyway, so yeah, so Heather and I both took care of Gigi and Uncle Charles for 8 years until they passed, and then the house ended up passing to my mom, my cousin, and my uncle, and then they sold the house to us, and then my cousin stole it from us 18 years later. Yep, that's how that worked. But anyway, we've been up and down like so many damn times, and we're down again, but we'll be up again sooner or later. Yeah, Steph, it sucks, but listen, we go through it. My brother, oh, you had somebody heist your house out from underneath you too? Your brother did? You owned half and were still evicted. Yeah. So that's kind of what happened with us, except he actually managed to slide the deed out from under us 100%. Like there was no getting money back out of it. Now, I could have taken him to court. The what do they call it?
Civil court.
It's not civil court. It's big court. It's not like just the regular civil court. But I couldn't find a judge that was willing, or a lawyer that was willing to go into it on what he's going to get out of it. So, they all wanted retainers and they wanted a bunch of money, and I didn't have any. I couldn't give them a $10,000 down payment to get started on it. So that was it. That was the end of that. Are you calling us old, June? Yeah. Oh, that happened in 2020? I had no idea. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, June, if I had gotten some freaking cash, it would have helped. It would have helped. I mean, I managed to leverage a tiny, tiny little bit out of my mom because um, Bob basically told her if she didn't send me 5 grand that I was going to do horrible things to the house, which probably was true. And yeah, I get the depressed and overwhelmed bit. I do. Like, it's weird because I'm an optimist and I go through things optimistically most of the time. But every once in a while, man, it hits like a ton of bricks. Yesterday was one of those days. I didn't want anybody to talk to me. I didn't want anybody. I just didn't want anything. Yeah, nope. Childhood home. I get it. That was the house I grew up in too, and to have it ripped out from underneath me like that just because somebody wanted to be greedy. Yeah, yeah. It was rough. It was rough. It was stupid. But yeah, if I had started out with some money, I think if I had started out with some money, I probably could have done. I could have put us in a better place. But I started out with jack shit, nothing. So what little tiny bit of savings I had did not count for much. And yeah, I wonder if AAA is ever going to get to us. Hold on one second. Yeah, so AAA still has not replied with anything yet. Yep, June. Yep, I see that. Yeah, well, I don't know if there's ever really a right time. Um, but he should have at least, at the very least, given us some money. Is what he could have done. And he did not. Now I'm having problems with my husband's retirement. Oh, with getting your husband's retirement money? That's not cool. Oh, not when you needed it. Yeah. I don't know. I just like I don't know. I don't know. Life is so freaking weird. It is. And the only thing he had a stroke in 2019. Yeah, that's how we ended up taking care of my grandmother. She had a stroke. And then after she had the stroke, they diagnosed her with breast cancer and she refused treatment, which, is her right. And then about 4 years in, she decided she was going to try and starve herself to death. She just didn't want to eat. She didn't want to be here anymore. And they took her into the hospital and told her they're going to put a tube in her stomach. And she decided all of a sudden that she was going to eat again. But she was so tough. I loved her. My grandmother was my absolute life. She and Heather are identical. Like my first marriage, I married someone like my mother, and I should have just been much smarter than that. My second wife, I married someone like my grandmother, and she's amazing. My grandmother she's just she was such an unbelievably strong person, and and she didn't take shit from anybody. She was very Prussian, and I don't know. She was a hell of a woman. Your mom passed in 2020 from cancer. It's horrible. Yeah, yeah. Oh, and had the house problems, and your husband had the stroke in 2019. Sheesh, June. I'm sorry. That was not a good year for you. Mm-hmm.
Yep, the old
Those old folks are badasses. They are. They don't take any shit. My grandmother's funny because she divorced my grandfather in 62, 63 when you didn't do that. You didn't get divorced. And my grandmother was like, screw this, I'm getting divorced. And then she went on to she had a career in physical therapy and then she just a woman was my hero, man. She kicked ass. Yeah, I don't. Right now, it looks like Mo's years are going to be a struggle for me, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Something, something's going to happen at some point. Something will happen. I don't know what that something will be, but something will happen. Been married twice, 4 years, and still going at 37. Yep. Yeah, my first one lasted 10 years, and it was all me. It was 100% me. She was petulant and difficult, and one of those women who cuts on herself because she has to feel something. And bleeding is one way to do that. And I pulled her out of 1980s cocaine binging, or I guess 90s cocaine binging, and I thought I had helped her through a lot of things, and yeah, I mean, I guess I had, like, she did. She actually acted like a mom um, for about 6 of those 10 years, and then she decided to go nuts, and I tried to hold it together, and I did. I held it together for a few more years, mostly for my son's sake, and partially because I don't give up on people. But I finally got to a point where I couldn't do it anymore. And 90s Coke, what's the thing? And um, so yeah, it just finally went too far, and she took off. She actually took off with my son to Kansas City for a year, and I kept in contact with my son via letters and phone calls and stuff until he convinced her that she had to come back. And as soon as she did, he came and lived with me, and um, just pretty much was done with mom. He, that was not. She was not good for him either. So anyway, and then I met Heather, and Nick was 10. Nick was 10, and Heather and he got along brilliantly, and she pretty much became mom to him, and was the best mom he could ever possibly have. And her and I we're going on 25, 25, and I don't feel like it's ever going to end unless she dies, which unfortunately is always a possibility. She's still, pretty mucked up health wise.
Oh wow.
First husband died in 2018 from liver cancer. It actually, so he died. Oh, it was a surprise. It just came out of nowhere.
Yes, June. We all love Heather.
Yeah, everybody loves Heather. Heather's good people. She's the strength of 1,000 horses. She doesn't quit. She cares for everybody. Um, Unfortunately, she cares for people too much. Sometimes she gets herself in trouble from investing in folks she shouldn't. Sometimes.
Nick's a paramedic.
Yeah, Nick's a paramedic, fireman, fire medic.
Yeah, and now he's a supervisor.
Yeah, now he's a supervisor. He just got the
Yeah,
supervisor's position at Sunstar.
yeah, he's training people right now.
Yep, yep, yep. That boy's that boy's got responsibility down. Like, uh, just,
Gabby and Gabby's got a pat down too. The head pharmacy.
yeah. I mean, that kid's got it all going on. He really does. He's absolutely insane. Don't get me wrong. He's fucking nuts, but he's responsible. And our grandson Atlas is freaking amazing, and um, and his wife Gabby is just a sweetheart, though she's as crazy as he is. And but they're good parents. And
Oh, oh, you don't see it yet. And Heather just popped in.
hey there, honey face.
We're just talking about you.
No, we have not heard from AAA yet. They uh, they can't seem to find someone with a flatbed. Apparently in the back countries where we live, honey, there's a shortage of flatbed trailers. So we were not talking about you, honey. Not at all. We were not. Nope. And don't rewind this to find out. Mhm. Nope. Not even a little. Let me go check on AAA real quick, just cause.
She said, well, crap.
Nope. They still haven't found us. Nothing. So
My
we're
mom
just.
said I'm crazy too.
Yeah, but you actually are.
Yeah, at least I'm certified crazy.
Certified crazy.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
certified crazy.
Yep. If I call them again, I'm going to get knocked off of StreamYard. So I'm just kind of letting them sit. They'll figure it out. She said that they said dispatch was working on it. I said dispatch was working on it. At some point they'll find him. I might still be sitting here at 6 a.m. before they find him. I don't know, but
I can't believe I lost my dollar.
you lost what?
My dollar.
You lost your dollar? Oh no.
Yeah.
We probably ought to run to the freaking store and get some sodas or something.
Because I have 4 cigarettes left.
You have 4 cigarettes left? Oh my God. I can't be hanging out in this truck with you with no cigarettes. Freaking, you'll end up killing me.
I won't kill you. We're on stream right now. He's lying, you guys. I'm a sweetheart.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I'm the nicest girl ever.
Except she'll shank you. No soda. Oh my God.
Dude,
Actually, when I say soda, I mean like a vitamin water, which is what I normally drink.
well, no, mini soda, cherry Pepsi.
Elbow cough. What is that? Oh, they must be emojis that are coming up in
That's a dab.
a dab.
It's
Okay.
not an elbow cough. It's a dab.
It's a dab. All right.
Get hit, sir.
Listen, do you see what I see? It says elbow cough.
Oh, well, it's a dab.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not what it says on this screen.
Well, they got it wrong.
I'm just telling you, it says elbow cough, Liz.
I got nowhere to go, nowhere to be tomorrow.
Okay, cool. Hang with us. You have That's hilarious. Hilarious and true.
Oh.
Why are you knocking stuff over, Liz?
Well, you should have had the ashtray in a way.
Oh my God. So the air conditioner in the truck doesn't work either. It is so good that it's only 74 degrees right now.
Yeah, I'm glad.
So the truck said, okay, so when the truck broke down, it sat for 5 months.
No, it was 3 months. It was 3 months.
Okay. Well, Liz says it was 3 months. I think it was 5 months. We'll call it 4 months. Anyway, it sat for 4 months then. Let's go with 4 months. And in those 4 months, it fell apart. I don't know why. It was only 4 months. But in 4 months, the air conditioner stopped working. The sunroof squeaks like it is trying to rip itself off when you open or close it.
Yes. The brakes.
The brakes have gone to hell. Like, it only sat for freaking 4 months. It was perfect. It was literally perfect. Oh, yeah. And then the light broke. The little freaking dome light broke. 4 months it sat, and everything went to hell.
Dude. I love you too, but I'm really ready. You're about to shank the
and AAA guys. Yeah. You know we're gonna have to pick all that stuff up before we go anywhere, right?
I know. Well, I can start doing it now.
No, okay, yeah. Grab the little stuff. I'll help you with the
All right.
generator in a minute.
Because I need smokes later too, so.
Do
I know.
what?
Is my dollar on the floor?
I don't know what you did with your dollar, Liz. I don't know that I never saw a dollar. I think you're lying.
No,
I don't think you ever had a dollar, Liz.
I did have a dollar.
I don't think Liz says she had a dollar. I don't think we had a dollar. I think it's crap. Why won't AAA call me back? We're actually not that far out of the world right now, and it's only a 50-mile freaking drive. It's like we're not even asking them to do We're not even asking them to do anything crazy. Seriously. Oh, I gotta plug my phone back in. It's gonna die. And there's only one plug in this car, so. So yes, Liz and I are trying to share it. We're both at like 18%. Open our phones, don't die.
Sir,
That's halfway to nowhere here. Yeah, no, I get it.
my hand is wet. Can
What?
you pull that part?
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
What else is going on in the fishy world? So we have tilapia breeding, of course. Luckily, that one of the turtles is picking off all of the tilapia fry. So that's good news because like the last thing I need is more freaking tilapia, and I am okay.
The big tilapia.
And I am okay with the turtle getting dinner. I am. I'm okay with it. We have a school of flower horns, and the school of flower horns are doing beautifully. They're huge. They're freaking huge.
And one has a big clock. It feels good to see you.
Liz. Oh my God, Liz. Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. Swampy Acres.
Who's that?
Swampy Acres.
Oh, Swampy Acres.
Swampy.
I haven't seen them in a while.
We haven't seen anybody in a while because we haven't been live streaming. We haven't had.
I've been going on people's streams, but I haven't been seeing their streams lately.
So, yeah, so like we have tilapia coming out our eyeballs. We're about to go get a whole bunch more koi on Sunday. So we'll be back up to like 12 3-foot koi. We've had some red-tailed cats come in. We've got an armored cat that's really cool. We've had some shovel nose come in. Got the school of. Oh, we've got 8 Paku. So listen, Kenny and Victor have been working their butts off too. So Kenny and Victor are running satellite sites. Kenny is in Cocoa, Florida, and Victor is still down in Bradenton, and they're still taking in fish by the buttload too. So I mean, we're really, I mean, as stumble bumming as we are, we really are kicking ass. We're accomplishing stuff, even though stuff is ridiculous. Steph, all you need to pool. Didn't I tell you needed a pool? You should have a pool. I think you had. Don't you have pools? But yeah, so we managed to get Kenny hooked up with a pool, and Victor's got one of those big giant aluminum like farm feeders, but it's like 1,000 gallons or something, and so he's got big space to bring in fish, and I mean, as much as we're in chaos, we're still doing the work, and we're doing it. We're trying to get one open in Miami, and I'm trying really hard to get one open in Tallahassee, because those are 2 places that it's really hard for us to get to. Tallahassee is a 3.5-hour drive. Miami is a 5 or 6-hour drive, and even for Kenny, it's a 4.5-hour drive. So like, there's nobody down there. You have 6 300-gallon tubs of plain water. That's plenty of room, man. You raise tilapia for horticulture and food, right? I've contacted Beelin County directly, and they've pointed me to a few more authorized dealers to try to get the large tanks I want so bad. Every time I get the money saved up, something breaks. I know that feeling. I know that feeling, stuff. But I mean, what do you have against Initex? What do you have against Initex? They have, you know, they even have the new ones with the clear fronts so that you can see your fish through them. I can't afford them, but they have them.
I would like to have.
I do plan to get at least one pool in time. You should just go get an Intex pool. You can always replace it with something cooler later, but $150 on Amazon and you have yourself an Intex pool. Spend another $150 and you have a pump, and then go get a 275-gallon water tote and you have the greatest filter ever made. Swampy, man, I would love to give you some tilapia. I absolutely would. I won't ship them though. I won't. I'm even tilapia that I don't really care all that much about in the sense of like being a cool fish. I'm not going to put a fish in a bin and ship it because I don't know that they'll make it, and I don't want to be on that end of it. I don't want to be on that end of it.
Even the fries?
There are no fry because the turtle keeps eating them. But honest to God, if you ever come down, I will give you a giant tub of fish that you can take back with you. Bring 10 coolers. I'll give you 10 coolers full of tilapia. Initex pool prices have gone way up with the blue 300-gallon poly tubs. Will withstand my janky basement floor better. I mean, I don't know how janky your basement floor could be. My tubs or my pools are outside on rocks and shrubs and all sorts of things. I just put down a thick freaking tarp underneath.
But he has to come. But
oh, okay. Well, yeah. If you're going to Fort Myers, you're going to pass right by us. So on your way back, come load up. I will send you home with some freaking tilapia. I will definitely send you home with tilapia. I actually know a lady who's got a pool full or a pond full of freaking tilapia, probably by the tens of thousands, that would be more than happy to let you go throw a cast net in it if you want some more. Yep. You should. Absolutely. I'll be more than glad to pass some along your way. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, you can take all of my tilapia except for like 10. So my turtle has something to eat. Yeah, so I'm going to start next week. I have the weather's finally cooling off. So it has been, up until this last week or so, it has been hot. Like you go outside and skin comes off of your body in the heat, kind of hot. And it's finally starting to cool down. Right now it is, that is a lie. It says it's 98 degrees. It's not. It's about 70, 74.
69. Hold on, that was at 11:59. 67.
It's 67. See, that's nice. And during the day, it's like in the
80s.
Yeah, low 80s, 82, 83 instead of 99. So now that it's cooling down a little bit. Oh, you're at the Clash right now? That's cool.
Which Clash?
I don't know. There's been a big, like, Facebook's been covered in the Clash. I'm not sure where it is, but I've noticed that it's happening.
The Chicago.
Over the winter, I might go for the pool idea instead. Honestly, probably right. Maybe the universe is telling me something with all the trouble I'm having getting the blue tubs. The universe is telling you something. Go get a cheap freaking pool. And listen, right now, so hear me out on this, Steph. Right now, everybody is giving up their pools for free on Facebook. Like, I just had one given to me. I've got 3 others I could go get. I don't have room for them, so I have kind of been leaving it on the wayside. And then with the trailer breaking down the other day, day before yesterday, I just kind of gave up because, like, right now, because winter's rolling in, everybody who bought their pool for summer is giving them away. I mean, they're either actually giving them away, as in free, come get my freaking pool, or or $100 or whatever. But there's pools everywhere, and all you have to do is get one of those felt underlayments off of Amazon for like $30, and put that underneath your pond and a tarp, and man, nothing's hurting it. Seriously. In fact, those Inditex pools are so freaking tough. I had a root that had at one point been a small tree that grew up underneath one of the tanks, and it was poking up 3 inches in the bottom of the pool, and it never came through the canvas. Like, I actually ended up having to empty it partially, have Liz grab it and pull it all the way back as hard as she could, and then I climbed underneath it with a pair of clippers and clipped the freaking root off.
Oh yeah, so that I remember that.
Yeah, so that it would stop trying to poke through the pool. But the pool still didn't break. I mean, these things are tough. They are tough. I've got a 1/8 rubber truck bed liner. Yeah, but that's tiny. Oh. That's tiny though. Like, well, I guess it depends on the size of the pool you want, right? Like, most of mine are 15 by 9, I think, or 14 by 9, something like that.
Can we go to the gas station, sir? I thought about
yeah, we can go to the gas station. Okay, so you're gonna have to just ride with us for a minute.
Well, we have to put the
Oh, we gotta put the generator in. Okay, hold on 1 second. We'll be right back. Gotta go lay the generator.
I gotta go potty.
Oh, hey, that's a hole. Okay, we did it. Generator's loaded. We're going to the store real quick. Get something to drink.
Gotta take off.
The only thing out there is that brick, right?
That brick. That's it.
All right. I can't believe AAA has done nothing. No call. No nothing.
Wow, that's a big tank. 100-gallon tank.
Who's got a 3,600-gallon tank?
Swamp Acres. Oh, we're not going to that gas station? No.
There's a gas station up there?
Yeah. Remember? The BP and...
The BP and what?
It said Florida something.
I don't know. I was going back to the one that I know is back here. Okay. We should probably leave the light on so they at least kind of see us. All right.
And he planted 1/4 acre. Wow.
Yeah, see, now, as soon as I am certain that the property that I'm squatting across the street is not going to get ripped out from underneath me, that I will put a pond on. I have every intention of digging out a nice...
That's Swampy Acres.
Nice pond. Yeah.
$220 for a 16 by 8.
Yeah, that's not bad. But I mean, honest to God, if you go look on Facebook Marketplace, you will find somebody giving one away for free. Like, or really cheap. I keep seeing them really cheap.
Swampy Acres lives on 380-acre farm.
Wow, really?
That's a big
I
farm.
mean, I knew you were on a farm, but I didn't know it was 380 acres. Do you own that property, or is it like a group ownership? Or I'm interested, man. I'm interested. Um,
Can you get grants too for farming?
you can, yeah. I mean, but like, I've tried to explain this to you. The grant process is not freaking easy, and it's not like
Yeah, that's what Chewy said. He said my wife's family.
people are seriously difficult when it comes to. It's really hard to get a grant unless you know somebody that is related to the grant process somehow.
Stephanie said this house was built in the 50s and the garage is tucked under.
Is what?
Tucked under.
I don't know what the hell that means. Tucked under?
Yeah. I guess the house is on top in the garage. The house is on top of the garage.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's pretty common.
It's like 2-story. Is that couple lights or?
No. Gate lights.
It doesn't look like couple lights.
What?
It looks like couple lights.
Well,
It's part of the house built into the hill.
oh, built into a hill. Okay.
My
Gotcha.
grandma had a house like that in Illinois.
But I mean, unless your basement floor is like made out of nails and spikes, you'll be fine. I mean, if you got weird wonky cobblestones or whatever, that's not going to make any difference whatsoever. Just so long as you put down a tarp and some of that underlayment, it's not poking through those things like it. I have abused my ponds. I have abused the hell out of those pools. I've moved them. I've put them over rocks and on dirt. I've put them on unlevel ground. I've put them on roots that grew up underneath them. I mean, I've done some crazy, ridiculous crap to my pools, and they have always been fine. So, seriously, I would not.
I think by next spring we have to get a bigger pool, tilapia pool.
No, because Swampy Acres is going to come take them.
Yeah, but I know. But I'm talking about we have a small little leak.
Small little what?
Leak.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter though. It's not. It's so slow. It makes no difference whatsoever. And if I drain it and hit it with some freaking silicone, no problem. But we still have those other two pools to put up too. I mean, there's the two new ones that have just come in. Those
and that one is a big round.
Two big rounds, yeah. The first one is like a 5 foot tall one though, which I'm not, or four. No, it's 4 foot tall, which I'm not a huge fan of because you can't see over the edge and you have to actually climb up on something to see over the edge, and like I don't know, it's a pain in the ass. The other one, did I go the wrong way? Is that what happened?
Yeah, I told you. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Don't try to tell me nothing. I didn't know there was anything the other way. I thought it was this way. Damn it.
I'm gonna shake Uncle Mike.
You ain't shaking nobody.
No, I can't shake that.
Hopefully there's something open here.
I think there's one right here.
There is, but it's not open.
Hold on, I'll find it near gas station.
There was something down here on the left.
Next. Okay, gas station. No, not restaurants. Oh.
Sleepy little town that probably has sleepy little gas stations. That is one of the problems with around here.
Okay.
How far?
2 minutes away.
Oh yeah, and it says it's open.
Yep, but it's the one that don't have gas.
Oh, that's okay.
I think.
No, it's not. That was Millberry, little, yeah, whatever it is. Mulberry, not mulberry. Newberry.
Oh, oh, you missed it. You have to make it. Uncle Mike's crazy driving.
I'm not crazy driving. You didn't tell me to turn. You're sitting there on the GPS not telling me directions, ma'am.
Well, they're trying to catch up. Okay, right here. Right. No, there's a stop sign. You have to make a right.
Right here?
No,
No,
that's stop sign.
that stops.
Okay, make a right here.
Liz's navigational skills are killing me.
At the light, make a left.
At the light, make a left. That means we've just passed it.
Yep.
What do you mean, yep? I passed something that was open. I didn't pass something that was open, Liz.
And it said open 24 hours.
Okay, but we didn't pass something that was open.
Okay. You have to go past that that gas station was closed.
I'm taking a left, okay, on Northwest something.
Santa Fe Boulevard. At the light.
Left at the light. You get me lost in some weird little town I've never been in.
I could control my reading. I think my chat stopped.
Mine did for a minute there. I was watching stuff not come through.
All right, it's on this side.
Something lit up down there.
Ooh, a DMX.
A what?
A DMX. A BMX.
Oh,
yeah. There's
look, a Circle K. Yay! Found the only place open in a million miles. Okay, we're here. I'm not going in. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. So, what was that movie? Slackers? Was it Slackers? No, the one where they hang out in the convenience store all the time.
I don't remember.
It's an old movie.
Vitamin water?
Yeah, grab me a vitamin water.
All right, here's some change for my cigarette.
Stick it in there.
All right.
Oh, what the hell was the name of that movie? I can't remember that movie. It was in black and white. They hung out in a convenience store all the time. I swear to you, that's where we are right now. Clerks. Yep, that's it. We are fully 100% at Clerks. Look at that guy. And then there's a dude in a beanie back there. And then, it's Clerks. I kid you not, it's Clerks. It's amazing. That was fun. Oh, I do love the Colombian sharks. They are cool. They are super cool. We had a whole bunch of them. They're brackish, by the way. They prefer brackish water, and they're okay and fresh, but they prefer brackish water. And we had a whole bunch of them in with our puffers back at the old rescue. And okay, so we have that same problem too, Swampy. Here's how we're dealing with it this year. We are building a 12 by 12 compost pile. It's 12 foot wide, 12 foot square, and then it's about 6 foot tall compost, and it's basically just hay and coffee grounds and all the green stuff we can pull up, leaves and whatever, toilet paper tubes, And so I've got these food grade metal oil drums, and we're putting the food grade metal oil drums right smack in the middle of the compost pile, and then we're pumping water into and concrete in the bottom of the concrete or of the oil cans, so that there's about 4 to 6 inches of concrete in the bottom to hold temperature. So they'll sit in the middle of the compost pile, which is 150 to 160 degrees all the time, and we'll just slowly pump water through the 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 oil drums and back into the pool. That's it, and that'll keep our water temperature at a pretty average of 75 to 80 degrees. Steph, maintaining brackish is easy. Listen, I tell this to people all the time. Salt water and brackish water are so much easier than fresh water. So much easier. Like most of my saltwater tanks, I have never done a water change on. Once I get them balanced, never. I just leave them be. Let them do their thing. Same thing with brackish. Now, brackish, I do a water change on every now and again if it starts to look murky. But yeah, I think they'll survive in fresh water, Steph. Um, but I don't think they're going to thrive in fresh. I think they definitely prefer brackish, but I think they will survive in fresh. But listen, like I said, brackish is not hard. It's really not hard. And to make brackish, you literally just get a bag of reef salt and then do half what it says on the bag of reef salt. So instead of doing 2 cups per gallon, you do 1 cup per gallon or whatever it is. I don't remember exactly what it is. Yeah, Steph, that's probably true. They probably would live longer in brackish than in freshwater. And I would prefer to see them in brackish, but if you have them, you have them. And if you can't do brackish, you can't do brackish. But if you can, do it. It's not hard. It's really not. And me, whenever I build a saltwater or brackish tank, I just go out to the beach and I pull my water out or pull my sand right out of the water. and if I'm doing a regular saltwater tank, I'll actually take water from the beach as well because it's all ready to go. So you just drip acclimate them. Just put them in a bucket with the water that they're in, half the water that they're in, and slowly drip acclimate for about 12 hours. And then once the bucket is full, take out half again, and then drip more brackish water into it so that they're at a solution of 3 times greater than it was before. And then move them into the brackish. Steph, don't let it scare you. It's so easy. It is so easy. I swear to you, I would not lie to you. It is so easy. You don't even have to go get reef salt from like the pet store. You get and there's a specific brand. It has to be this brand, but Sun Natural Solar Crystals, which is actually a water softener salt from Home Depot, but it is not a treated water softener salt. There's no treating to it whatsoever. It actually comes from the exact same island, the exact same beach that the instant reef crystals comes from.
Sir, they didn't have no kind, so I got you that one.
That's fine. Thank you.
And then,
No, not months of increasing the salinity. One day.
Sir, I just noticed that has energy in it.
That's fine.
No,
No,
be up.
no, I don't think so. Actually, you know what? Will you do me a favor?
What?
This wait's going to be a while. Can you grab me another one of those?
Okay. I just did.
Or actually, just throw this away and grab me one of those.
A drink?
Yeah.
What kind? They have all different kinds. Mountain Dew?
Yeah.
Hey, you don't want that's all.
Huh?
You don't want no bag of chips or nothing?
No, I don't need anything else. No. Okay, so The bacteria is a thing because you don't have anywhere to start from. So okay, so my suggestion would be go to your pet store and get a piece of live rock. Just a little one, not a big one, not a $50 one, but just a a little tiny. Tell them to give you the chunk that's laying there in the back corner for $10, and that'll put the bacteria in the tank, and then it will allow it to season, I guess, or what's the word? What's the actual word? Cycle. That's the word. Cycle. Um, because anytime I cycle anything, I don't cycle. Oh, you know what you can do? You can go get Fritz saltwater instant start. That stuff is amazing. It's amazing. I ended up having to start a tank with it one time, simply because I didn't have any other way to do it. And that little bottle of Fritz saltwater instant start, man, that stuff just rocked. It was done. It was ready within like 12 hours. But yeah, live rock is the way to go. If you can find a piece of live rock, that's naturally cycling it. It puts all the bacteria in. You might even get some cool little, who knows what's it's on it. But yeah, I have never had any problem whatsoever with. In fact, I have even converted freshwater tanks to brackish tanks just simply by adding salt. That's it. Your phone has issues. Your phone doesn't like your fingers.
That's hilarious.
What are you laughing at?
That guy.
So tell me when you walked in there, you didn't feel like you were watching the movie Clerks.
I've never seen that movie.
Huh?
I've never seen that movie.
You've never seen that movie. Of course, Liz has never seen Clerks. Because why would she?
Yeah. It came out 9 something because that man. And guess what? They had vitamin water on that Spence thing, but I poured Mountain Dew already.
Okay, so we're gonna drive back to. I don't know if we're gonna drive back to the truck or not. We could sit here for a minute. It's not like AAA's.
Oh, what did I do with the straw? That's my straw.
They're gonna make me call in. I swear to God, they're gonna make me call in.
As I said, we could put my stream on my phone. So you call them off of my phone?
Yes.
Yeah, but I only got.
I have to find the number though. Hold on.
I got 8%.
All right, we'll just hang in there for a second.
Okay, and Heather says she'll be coming on in a little bit on auto.
Oh yeah, cool.
So you have to put the link up there.
I wonder if I can. Hold on. Yes. Try to guess.
Damn! Look at these straws.
What? Oh, they're like big, thick McDonald's straws. Oh, they're paper straws?
Yeah. I don't know what I did with your straw.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on. I'm gonna call them.
Yeah. There's emergency. Oh, where's the emergency straw? Yeah. Or am I saying that?
Why did I not get that? I'm afraid to switch back and forth because if I switch back and forth, my I might drop the stream. So we only had there's only one what do you call it lighter outlet in the car, and so there's only one cord because there's only one lighter outlet in the car, and there aren't any USB ports because it's an old car. It's a 2004, so there aren't any USB ports.
That's why I thought I grabbed you a straw, but that's not.
Why can't I find?
Here, I'll give you my straw. So I have a little bit of cherry Pepsi flavor.
I'm trying not to drop the stream because I could drop the stream at the same time here if I switch back and forth. So I'm being careful.
Is that the number?
Yes.
Right.
Okay. So we're gonna call them on Liz's phone.
How many percent you got right now?
Your dog is trying to snitch on your oldest son.
Okay.
Okay. 888
888
322.
332.
No, 322.
Hold on.
No, I can't. Hold on. I have to switch back and forth. 322. 322.
Oh, 22.
Okay. Wow, Liz.
Yeah.
322 1125.
1125.
It's amazing Liz can make a phone call at all.
Hey.
He won't let her back out. It's too damn late for her.
For English, please stay on the line.
Okay, I'll stay on the line.
Your call may be recorded for quality monitoring purposes.
My call may be recorded for quality purposes.
Hello, hi, this is Destiny with AAA.
Hi. So I'm wondering if anybody's ever going to get to me.
Let me check your status here. What's your phone number?
727 351 2734. What's that?
I'm going to go ahead and pull your account up here.
Okay, thank you. Wow, Liz, just wow. If you look in there, I think there's one of those plugs that has multiple outlets on it. I don't know if it works well or not, but I think there is one.
Looking at it here, it right now is deals with dispatch. Let me go ahead and take a look. Be my holding for just a moment.
Sure.
Thank you.
Close it. Close it. Okay, we do have a multi-plug. We're going to try and see if it works. No guarantees. I think we tried it once before and it didn't work, but so our call is still with dispatch. They still haven't found somebody with a flatbed to come get us.
Let's see.
Liz, turn the plug over.
It's working.
Yeah, I think it was slow last time. It's worth a shot though. We'll see. It still seems to be working. You keep like yanking it out of the plug down there though.
Mm-mm.
No, you do, because it keeps flipping up and down.
It's this.
It's what? No, it's this. You have to get it turned so that it doesn't keep jumping out. Have you got a permanent charge going?
Mm-hmm.
I do not. Can you switch me to a different plug? Nothing. Oh, no. Kind of going. Okay, so you need to get that so that it's not jumping out. So it's holding it. Yeah, I mean, but like, I don't. So yeah, I mean, I'm not. Okay, now I actually do have a charge going.
And then, yeah,
I'm not used to this. Living in Bradenton, there's always a tow truck. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. Does not matter. There's always a tow truck. And out here, maybe not. Maybe they're sleeping. I don't know. I don't know. But you would think they would at least tell me, they'd come back and say, hey, look, we're not going to get you anything until 8 a.m. And then I could go home and come back, even though it's going to cost me gas. And to be fair, I started this at 11 p.m. I didn't start it at 2 a.m. Oh, man. Killing me.
I was just saying, have a little cherry Pepsi residue because that's very good.
So, yeah, Swampy, I'll be putting up damn it, Swampy, I know, I keep calling you Swampy, and I know your name, but I can't freaking get it off the tip of my tongue. Anyway, I'm going to put up the video about the compost heater I was going to do it this week, but everything's gone to hell, so it's going to be next week. But I'll show you how the compost heater works, and it might be something you want to use for your tilapia and be able to keep them outside, because there's nothing worse than having to bring in a whole Tom. Correct. Perfect. Thank you. Nothing worse than having to bring in 500 fish just because it gets cold. And the compost heater should work really well. I mean, you've got a constant 150 to 160 degrees.
Does he stay in Tennessee?
I don't know where Swampy Acres is. I know it's like north. That's the best I can tell you. I don't know where it is. Tom, where is Swampy Acres? I thought it was like Michigan or something, seems to me, but I don't know. I don't know stuff. You harvest when it gets cold? What, and just keep a couple of breeders? I guess that would make sense. Northeast Pennsylvania, we were both way wrong.
Yeah, wow.
See this? We're still on hold. She hasn't even. So we're still on hold with AAA. Like, we're still listening to hold music. Hello?
Yes, sir. What I'm doing is I'm reaching out to a few drivers to see if they can assist. If you don't mind, continue to hold for just another moment.
Sure, that's fine. Go ahead.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, see, that's not a bad price, Steph. An 8x5 for $100. It's winter, so every summer thing is going to be cheap. They want to get rid of it.
That's right.
If you look hard, you might even find those Initex pools with the clear fronts on them fairly cheap.
Alibaba.
Well, yeah, Alibaba, but then you have to purchase in bulk.
No.
Yes, I mean you do to get the discounts.
But you could get you can ask for a sample.
I don't know if they're going to sample you a pool. They might.
No, they do.
Or,
Because I have them hit me up all the time. You want a sample? You want a sample?
yeah, but not of a pool.
Yeah.
Then why don't we have a bunch of sample pools?
Because you have to pay for the sample.
Oh, okay.
If I had the money, we would have had.
You should at least tell me about them.
And now I move that. It's
Oh my God. There's got to be one in here.
I just had one. I'm just losing my mind.
Liz is killing us around here.
Trying to fix the charger first. You found one?
I found one. Not the one I wanted to find, but I found one.
Oh, duh.
You had it in your pocket? Nice, Liz. Nice. Looking all over the place for a lighter. Liz put my lighter in her pocket.
Matter of fact, it's my old lighter.
That was a long, long time ago, Zara. So the plug just went shoddy again. What'd you do? Quit bumping stuff.
It's still lit.
No, it's not. You
There
got to
we
get it
go.
right and keep it there. If it moves even a little bit, it stops working.
Is that the good?
Yeah, no, I get it. I know you keep fish for for stock purposes. I get it. I do. But yeah, I guess you got it worked out, right? You harvest them, you freeze them, and then breed them up again.
Oh, you
I
can
get
do
that. Well, yeah, you can.
I think it's not fit.
How long? How big are your tilapia before you harvest them? I mean, do you let them get to 12 inches, or do you harvest them at like 7 or 8, or? Because like every once in a while, I will take one out for the purpose of feeding the catfish, and
And a turtle.
well, Turtle takes him out on his own. I don't need to help him; he does just fine on his own. But every once in a while, I'll take one out for the purpose of feeding the catfish. But like my tilapia don't grow all that fast because I have a lot of them. Plate size, what, 10-inch plate size? Is that plate size from tail to head, or is that plate size from like a fillet? You're not helping me here, Tom. You're giving me very general answers that aren't helping me. I need specifics. I need numbers. I'm a tape measure guy. Ask my wife. Anyway, 12 to 16 inches. You get 12 to 16-inch tilapias in 162 days? Really?
Wow.
Yeah, he probably doesn't have as many of them as we do, or must feed the shit out of them. Because
Ours, we try to feed the hell out of them, and it only.
hi, honey.
Hi. I didn't shake Uncle Mike yet.
Is there a link laying around on the floor of the truck or something? If you find it, put it up. Oh,
The link.
the link. Okay, hold on.
How you could do it?
Anybody guess?
Oh.
Copy clipboard. And I'm gonna have to text it to you. Is what I'm gonna have to do.
All right. And then I could forward to Aunt Heather.
Oh, then you just put it up in chat.
Oh, okay. How I could do that? But
Actually, I will just send it to Heather.
yeah, because AAA is on the show.
Oh, right. Okay, honey face. I sent you a link.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. I do too, Swampy or Tom. I get those. I get game fish chow is my favorite. That stuff.
Thank you, Alex, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I'm still working on this. If you like, I can give you a call back in a couple months. It's right now. It's still not looking good on a certain provider in the next hour.
Okay. Well, yeah. Give me a ring back and let me know either way, because I'm right now. I'm currently 50 miles from home, and I mean, if they're not gonna make it until tomorrow, I'd like to know so I can just go home and go to bed, and I'll come back.
I can schedule you an appointment in the morning if you like, because it's a possibility it won't happen in that area. Look at that. The service provider's there.
Okay. Can you schedule it for noon tomorrow then?
I can.
Okay, let's just do that, and I'll go home and then I'll come back.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and get you scheduled. Just look out for the phone call in the morning about 11:20, 12 o'clock.
Okay. Okay. Will do.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Man, so I can't keep duckweed to save my life. I live in Florida where everything grows. Now, frog bit, I can grow frog bit like a champ. You give me a piece of frog bit, I will have 5,000 pieces of frog bit tomorrow. But you give me an entire pond full of duckweed, and I will kill it by next week. I don't know why. I can't freaking keep duckweed alive. And I know. Listen, I know duckweed is like the most invasive creature on the planet. Like all you have to do is look at it funny and it grows. But nope, not for me. It doesn't. Nope. For some reason, duckweed and I do not get along. Frog bit? Yep. I get beautiful green frog bit beautifully all the time. Super easy. A 50-pound bag a week. To how many tilapia? How many tilapia are we talking about? Because I have, let's see, I currently probably have, 300. And I managed to go through a 50-pound bag every 2 weeks.
What's in
And
here?
I don't know. I sent her a link. I sent you the link, honey face. Oh, 1,800 to 2,500. Okay, that's a lot of freaking tilapia, brother. Yes, sir. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
There's more tilapia than we do.
a lot more tilapia than we do. Because I mean, we probably got 300 to 400 in that pool, but 800, 1,800 to 2,500. That's a lot more freaking tilapia.
Even at the other house, we didn't have that much.
No, we definitely didn't at the other house because Big Puppy picked him off all the time. He loved tilapia. But I refuse to throw the tilapia in with the catfish because these catfish, for some reason, won't eat them if they're alive, and and they'll start letting them breed, and then all of a sudden I'll have 2 ponds full of freaking tilapia, and I don't need that. Okay, so I know I sent Heather a link. Try again.
Well, send it to me and try.
I texted it to you, honey face. I'm gonna try again. Hold on. Oh, you know what I did? I think I texted it to an old phone number. So now I just texted it to the new one. I eat it, the chickens eat it, and the pigs like do it as well. Okay.
She said, nope.
She said nope. That's okay. I texted it to you again. This time to the correct phone number. I texted it to the wrong phone number last time. What is this?
I'll be the appointment.
Okay, yep. Got an appointment. Is that nope for the old link or is that nope for the new link? Because I know I sent you a new link. I did. I swear I did. I wouldn't lie to you, honey face. I sent it to you. I sent it. But I did send it to an old phone number the first time for some reason. Um, who else still here? There's 6 in here, so I know I'm here. I know Liz is here. I know Heather is here, and I know Tom is here. Is Steph still here?
Yes, that's.
Is June still here? It says 6, man. It says 6.
They're probably lurking while they're sleeping.
Oh, there's Steph. Hi, Steph. I think everybody's passed out on us. They're all like, they're laying on the couch going, yeah, all right. I get it.
Send me the link.
Was Heather saying she still didn't get it?
I don't know. I'm just checking. She said I'm looking for Stephanie said, sorry, I got stuck looking into for one of those in-text booth with the.
Oh, right. Did you find one? I know they have them. I've seen them listed a couple of times. I don't know how much they want for them. I know that if you go on Alibaba, they have completely clear Initex pools. I mean, they're not Initex or whatever brand they make, but they're completely clear, and they're freaking cool.
All right.
Oh yeah, I don't know how they're labeled. I don't remember if they're a thing I run across from time to time. I don't like.
Oops,
I don't think I've ever looked for them.
Oh, no, I sent it.
I know I sent it to Heather too.
She probably not. She figure it. Wow, that's a lot of tilapia in it. You could
Wow,
freeze
2,500 tilapia in the freezer. Hey Tom, did you ever answer me about how that property is owned? Is that your place or is it like
his wife. It's his wife's family.
Oh, your wife's family owns it? Okay. Gosh.
He got old timers. You got to excuse him.
Old timers?
Yeah.
Old timers. And there was Liz.
Shake.
Yeah, I don't like. So one of the we try and minimize our fish growth around here. We don't want them to get huge, so we feed them very sparingly. They get enough to be comfortable, but we don't feed them so that they grow.
Hold on, we used to overfeed them.
No, you used to overfeed them.
Yeah.
I would go out and feed them, and then as soon as I left, you would go out and feed them too. That's how they got overfed. It wasn't like we were purposely overfeeding them. But yeah, these days I'm pretty careful about how much I feed because I really like everything we've got. I prefer to keep them as small as is humanly possible because like I'm not harvesting them for one thing, and it's I really don't let them get adopted very often. I'm really picky about who adopts fish, and so really about 90% of the fish that come stay because I'm not willing to let people take them. Hey, charge is broken again.
Mine's charging.
Mine is not.
No.
No, it is. It's handed down. She's the 5th generation farmer on the farm. Okay. So there was a house. There was a house on it when you guys got it, or did you build a house, or how did that work out? There's Heather. Come on in. Why won't it let me? Why won't it let me enter in? Layout. This way. Done. Guest. Come on, come in. Weird. Why won't it let him?
We built a house behind the farm store.
Built a house behind the farm. Okay. Why won't this let her in? Come on. Yeah, you got me uncharging again. I don't know what it is you keep doing, but it's not working. Oh, she dropped out. Why did she drop out? Maybe that's why it wouldn't let me in? I don't know. Or let me let her in. So now you just I don't know what's going on, but it's like it charges and then all of a sudden it'll stop charging. No, I don't. It's not the cord. It's not the cord. It's
because my phone's charging.
mine is right now. We own the farm store and have 5 acres
Let's see if it works for me.
on our deed, but are in the will to get more. That's cool. Now I'm not charging. Okay, I need the charger back straight because something is wonky here. It keeps getting moved around or something.
Okay.
Oh, this crappy charger is the problem. It is garbage. Which is garbage. Garbage. Garbage, garbage. And now it's pulled from there. Okay, sorry, Liz, I'm unplugging. You know what? Hold on, wait. Look in here. There is another plug. I don't know if it works. I don't think it works, but it's worth a shot. Give it a try.
What? We can't spend it.
Liz, look.
I know. I'm gonna plug it in.
There's 2 of those or 3 of those laying around.
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
We're trying stuff. We don't know if it works, but we're trying stuff.
But I don't know why that Heather.
She popped up, but I wasn't able to let her in for some reason.
I was up there at the desk, but it was echoing.
When were you up again? When?
Just a couple minutes ago.
And it couldn't have let you in because I have to push the button.
No, I was backstage, but it was.
Well, that's what I mean. She was backstage, and I couldn't let her in for some reason. I don't know.
Do you see the blue light? Red light?
If you move your hand, I'll find out. No, nothing. Nothing. Ah. All right. Well, we're gonna drive home. They've set us an appointment for noon tomorrow, which I guess is better than nothing. So we'll start the drive here. Liz is gonna read your comments because I can't at the moment while I'm driving.
Oh, good gravy. Yeah, man, it's your call, man. If you want to give me your tilapia, I'm willing to take as many I can get off your hands.
Man, you come, you can have them. I don't have any use
And
for them
Heather
other
said,
than...
I tried, it dropped out. Sorry.
Oh, is that what happened? Okay. I kept trying to let her in, and it didn't give me any. It didn't give me any option to.
All right, I'm reading the chat off your phone. I have to shut my phone off.
You have to roll your window up too, because it's going to get too windy if you're not going to be able to hear us. So, yeah, so we have to come back tomorrow, but at least we know they're going to tow it tomorrow. They have an appointment set for noon. That way, they have time to figure it out. Shit, it's going to cost me another $20 in gas. But okay, whatever. Listen, I'm not complaining. I just want to get this done with, and I can go get a good night's sleep. And yeah, that's the plan. Hey, servant, will you hand me a slice? So we are.
Right.
Huh? Just give me a slice. I'm not going to complain about other stuff.
That's the big one.
to eat the other one at some point.
What end is it? Oh, hi, Tom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the way we are with tilapia around here is that they're, they serve a purpose, but they're also rescues. So we try to give them the same kind of love that that every other fish gets. But
Oh, I forgot there's one back here too.
but they breed so fast that they cause us lots of trouble. Oh, I hate driving through these little teeny tiny towns in the middle of the night because there's nobody else out. So if a cop is bored, you're pretty much the target.
Okay, your charger's not working.
At least I still have some leftover pizza.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
What?
I think I passed my turn. Yep, I definitely passed my turn. Damn it. Your turn.
Just glad to see y'all here, Mike and Heather. I mean, Mike and Liz again on stream. It has been nice.
Man, we really want to do this all the time. Problem is,
We don't have good
we
internet.
have crappy internet.
And yes, Aunt Heather's survival pizza. It's all good. I don't sleep much. Tom said he don't sleep much.
Right. These days we don't seem to be.
Yep.
Hey, let's pull up your GPS.
I can't. My phone's.
Oh,
I think I could do it off 3%.
find my junction.
It's been a month since I went live. I thought I was just telling Uncle Mike that I haven't seen Tom on stream for a while. But I don't go on people's streams lately.
Junction 340.
All right.
Right here.
Yeah, it's right here. Okay. Do I still need the GPS?
I don't know. Not for a minute anyway.
All right. Then
That's why I missed it, because that little place that I was using as a landmark is all dark. I can't see it.
Oh, yeah, the pizza place. Well, chips.
did lock the trailer, right?
Yes.
But the only thing sitting out is my jack, right?
Yeah. And the bricks. But the toolbox, the camera equipment, and the lights in here.
In here. Wait, no, it's not.
That's,
The big toolbox is?
no, the big toolbox is in the trailer.
All right.
Because I thought everything was. Sorry.
That's not great. I hope that trailer stays safe, that's all.
Most of the time, I'm up in pain.
You're up in pain. What's wrong with you? Why are you in pain? What the hell's wrong with you? I mean, I get pain, believe me, these days, but like, it doesn't usually keep me up.
I've been dealing with some health problems that's under control. I got help that farm. I got help on the farm. I'm going to start going live again.
Okay, well, that's good.
I will be having a lookout. And then have to say sorry to hear that. So.
Yeah, that sucks, too. Like, as long as you have your health, Heather, and you don't have your health, you can still survive anything.
I
But,
have chronic nerve pain
oh,
in his legs.
that's no fun.
Diabetes.
I seriously thought, Tom has diabetes. Like,
Yeah,
he lives very slim.
especially if you're living on the farm. Man, I don't know if I could work on a field. That hay work.
No, you couldn't work on.
Like, just